Hey everybody, I'm your man Dennis Pitzenberger here, SEMA 2018 Power Automedia with my man Nolan Jamora from Isky Cams. It is so good to see you. He's going to give me a hard time. You know why? Is because I have your cam, I have your lifters, I have your spring package, I have the retainers in a motor I haven't turned over yet, man. I'm getting to it, man. I got to build it all together, but you guys have made a triumphant return to SEMA. So excited about that. Talk about how cool it is to be back at SEMA, considering Ed himself was one of the originators.
Yeah, it's really interesting. He was one of the first, well, he's the first president for 2 years, and then he helped found SEMA. So to be back after all these years is really exciting. You know, we're really spreading the brand name and letting everybody know that Isky is still out there. You know, our main center is hardcore parts, but now a lot of those parts are, available for everybody. So it's really exciting.
Talk about what you got going on here at SEMA 2018.
Yeah, so it's a really popular platform now. It's the Dodge stuff, the Gen 3 stuff. So we had a lot of customers that are racers that are asking, hey, do you have something for my Hemi or Charger or Challenger? We're like, yeah, we do actually. We can make something for that. So our Easy Roll or Easy Hydros, like similar to what you have, are available for the Gen 3 now. And we're doing all the grinds for those for street, mild street to full turbo to full race. I mean, they have real high horsepower applications now.
Nolan, it is so good to see the name Isky out in the world again. It hasn't been lost. It's just kind of been hiding over in the race trailer, but that's okay. Not only exciting news about what you're doing around the country, but also even some great results on the racetrack.
Yeah, we've had quite a few winners, like the drag week. We had first and second for 2 years running, so we'll be doing that program again. We have a lot of guys on the Hot Rod Power Tour and different racing, but a lot of the street stuff. We're going to start going to the LS Fest and things like that, and concentrating on the street market and bringing this higher quality American-made stuff to the street market, which is really what it needs. And that's kind of where we started, but we're so prevalent in racing that people don't realize, because our name says Racing Cams, but it's for the street now, and we're hitting a younger crowd, and they're building again, so there's a lot of excitement in the industry. So we're happy with that.
Talk about the process, because it's not just putting a piece of steel on a lathe. There's so much that goes into building a cam.
Yeah, on ours, we've been doing it since 1947, so we've done it by hand, by computer, and now when we design, we even measure the elasticity of the Valvetrain at certain temperatures. So even though it's a Gen 3 street cam, we can kind of say, well, this is how hot it'll get if he's running in traffic. Say he wants to run 700 horsepower, and the drag week's very similar to that, and these guys are running, 10s, and they're running 100 miles a day or something like that. So all that design comes into it, and if you don't have the background and you aren't able to test it, then you can't really tell for sure. So by the time our stuff gets to the market, it's been well vetted, tested, it's been engineered, and all that should trickle down from the racing stuff. We have all the testing and the parameters of what the metals do, what the metal makeup is. So it's a lot of R&D behind something you just put on the street, not somebody that just pops up and is delivering cams all of a sudden.
One of the things that Isky does so well is they partner up with certain manufacturers that can supply things like the metal and whatnot. Also, I love the fact that you're one of those companies that could say made in the USA. Talk about the pride that comes with that.
Yeah, so Ed, he's been around since 1947, flew in the bombers in 1947, and what it is, he has this American pride. So it's always been in our own factory. We build everything there. We don't farm out anything as far as the camshaft grinding and all that. It's all done there. The lifters are all made there. All the R&D is there. So that's a pride factor for us, made in the USA, and we'll stick with that, and it's a family company. So that's always been the way we do things, and we'll keep doing it that way. It might be a little bit more expensive, but the quality we feel is much, much better, and it's worth it. That's why we stayed in business for 75 years so far. Yeah.
All right, Nolan, you know what? As always, it's a great treat to come by here. I promise I'll get that small block on the dyno and fired up. I don't know, maybe I don't want to fire it up because the parts were too fun to play with. But
they are beautifully made, right? So everything looks so wonderful, but you got to run it. You got to get that fever, that running.
Now all the stuff's in the motor. Now I just got the cool boxes, which, by the way, I'm going to note right now, if you were talking about packaging in this industry, you know what? I should use your boxes to give away Christmas gifts. That's how nice the package. I mean,
appreciate that. Yeah.
The product's awesome, but the packaging is just as cool. Hey, listen, if people want more information about your great products, I'll attest to it. You know it. The name speaks for itself. Where do we send them?
IskyCams.com, and you can also check out our Facebook page. We update that regularly.
You heard the man. IskyCams.com. This is Power Automedia SEMA 2018.